Hey everybody, it's Jenny from Jenny's Gold Standard. I just want to check in today because it's been quite the day and not wearing my mask all the time. First of all, this is part of my prop that I'm telling you about. So I actually went back to see my doctors today in Parker to start new treatments again on the drop foot on my right leg. And it was very interesting because they are totally masked up now. I mean, they were before, but now they're really, really strict about it. They have it up the entire time. It used to be nice because you get in your own room and you just take this down. Oh no, none of that anymore. So, and this is not a product thing, but I just want to tell you, did I use the ORL breath spray when I got there? Because yes, it keeps my mouth at 7.0 pH balance. So you go like this, right? Can you guys even hear me still? My glasses are gonna fog up. And what happens is you're in there for 2 hours getting this treatment, right? And you kind of pull this away and you're like, oh my God, it smells so bad again, right? You're just like, damn it. So I use this again, like before I go outside, because then I take my mask off. Because here in Colorado, you don't have to wear it everywhere in Colorado. Some counties you do have to wear it outside also, but not in Parker. But the minute you get out of your car, you have to put it up because I don't know exactly what's going on in Parker. All I know is that I think they're a little bit stricter down there, Douglas County. I don't know. I just know Denver's pretty strict about it too, but not as strict when you're just walking around outside, if you can walk, which I can't really walk right now. But anyway, I just wanted to show that to you because that was kind of a breath saver, right? It was a breath saver just in case they could smell my bad breath through my mask, right? It does help with mask breath for sure. Anyway, wanted to talk to all my Lyme friends out there to let them know that I am back in treatments. I have been doing the hyperbaric chamber. I've had to stop for about, I think it's about 4 weeks now because I was doing a little bit too much of it. We thought it was going to be okay. Lyme doctors thought it was going to be okay as much as they were telling me to do it, but we've had to completely back off because there's too much of a die-off after having this for 38 years, right? Did not think that was going to keep happening, but I did, so I guess it proves that I still have it. And I never have pain, but the die-off for some reason always goes to my thighs. It always goes to my thighs, you guys. It hurt. It doesn't hurt, I shouldn't say that, but it makes me weaker. It's not even pain. I don't even know how to really explain it, but it just makes me weaker. It makes me harder. It makes it harder for me to walk around, especially with a drop foot. I'm like, so I have to wear this thing on the bottom of my leg all the time now, except not when I'm in bed, but I mean, I pretty much do. As long as I'm awake, I need to be wearing it. So I'm just going to talk about this first. I brought this up only first because I want to take off my mask, right? But to prove a point that I will be seeing the doctors in Parker again. I'm getting the treatments, this Nexus treatments, once a week now. I can only go once a week, which really sucks because the 34 visits were broken up by COVID, and Medicare is only going to let me go now once a week. So, so that stinks for me. But anyway, that's okay. I'm going to get better. I truly believe that. I do truly believe that. And I 100% believe even more that getting back on these treatments is going to help. And believe it or not, my internist at UC last night had a conversation with me, like, a telecall, those are always fun, but said that he wants me back in the hyperbaric chamber because I had not told him that that's what I was doing. But he said 5 minutes only 5 minutes. You pay for a freaking hour, but 5 minutes. So, but he said as soon as this Herxheimer stops, and you guys, it's been like a month. It's not fun, but as soon as it stops, then I'll start that up again. I'm a little scared. Let's be honest with you. So, so yeah, that's going on. And also, what else is going on? Oh, I want to come in tomorrow too, because not only did the doctor in Parker really like the fact that the Lyme doctor on the East Coast said, take this, this, and this, add it on to all your other homeopathic and organic capsules and stuff you're taking and tinctures every day. But I'm just I'll bring those on tomorrow so you guys can see. They're not CBD related. They're just over the counter, organic, all natural pills. Like, honestly, like I take calcium, magnesium, zinc every day. I take the vitamin C. I take all this stuff I'm going to show you. And a lot of them are saying, that's probably the reason you've been okay so far. Knock on wood. But I also don't go out a lot. It sucks that I'm only really going out to get my hair washed and blown out, right? Which, you guys, I've had a cut 3 times now since the lockdown. It is so dang long. You've seen it. It's like below my shoulders, is like way down here, which is great, but it's too long for me to even attempt to grow it out, or not grow it out, but to brush it, not brush it. I'm like, not brush it. I'm like, who in the world is already, I guess everybody likes to watch my videos. I'm like, stop it, turn down the volume. Anyway, forgot what I was saying, Lyme brain. Anyway, I'm gonna go on really quick to tell you, if you haven't heard of Dr. Rawls, which I know most Lyme patients have, if not all of them, I listened to his live Zoom call last night. It's really, really interesting because he had Lyme really bad, like really bad. And he went around the world and put together all these different compounds and I would say spices. I always call them spices. They're not spices though, but all these different homeopathic type medicines. I guess you could call them medicines if you want, but they're not really, because it's like cinnamon from God knows where in Malaysia, probably somewhere, or Hawaii. You know, we've heard about they have great honey and cinnamon over there. But all these different types of herbs and things like that. And it took him 5 years, hardcore, change his complete diet, like everything, to stop this. But his feet were burning and hot like all the time. And he never thought he was going to get better at 51. I'm 51, but I've had a little bit longer than now he's saying that he's okay now, but he hasn't had it for 38 years, I'll tell you that. But he did talk a lot about Alzheimer's. So I'm going, what? Alzheimer's, dementia, and MS, and ALS, and all these different things, and COVID. He talked about COVID. What's happening is that, especially with Lyme, this is what scares me. I'll just totally be honest with you right now, is that if I end up at the hospital because I can't breathe, it could still, I mean, I'm having issues after 12 years of living back here with my lungs still. Most people know that who know me. They don't want me to end up in the hospital because they'll start treating me for COVID with things that I can't take that I'm allergic to. And so that's why the Lyme doctors and my other doctors are so adamant about me staying as healthy as I can stay, because they don't want me to end up in the hospital, because they'll start treating COVID, and that is not good for me. It's not good for me. I can't take the drugs that they're talking about, that Trump has told people to take. I can't take those drugs because retina detachment that I had from that first drug he talked about, tendon detachment right here, that I've had for years now, the beginnings of that from that drug. Also, I can't take steroids. So I've got a couple things going against me if I end up in the emergency room. But he did talk about quite a few things that he is recommending for people to take. Fortunately, a lot of them are some things that I'm taking. He does talk about medicinal mushrooms like cordyceps. And I just took the other one this morning, lion's mane. I'm like, my brain, I can't remember. I take that every day in my shake. He talks about that. He talks about CBD. He is 100% on board with CBD, because a lot of Lyme patients do have pain, and they don't want to go on what's it called? Whatever. They don't want to go on those types of pain drugs. So they either use medical marijuana, which he's not against that, but medical marijuana or CBD. But he definitely talks about CBD and how Lyme patients who don't want to have that high feeling from THC, that's why they do more of the CBD. But I do have Lyme friends that absolutely have to be on THC 24/7. Like, that's how much pain they're in all the time. I'm fortunate, knock on wood again, that I haven't had the joint pain and all of that they've had. I'm very fortunate for that, especially around the holidays, and especially when it's effing, I'm just gonna say it's effing cold right now in Colorado. It is freezing here. It's very cold and my body isn't adapting to it as well as it was. So right now it's not, but I think the longer it goes on being this cold, my body, well, it has to get used to it, so it will. Medicare's in here again doing in-home physical therapy with me because I can't, they won't let me go to any outpatient places yet. As long as the COVID thing is like, it's pretty bad in Colorado right now. But we're also getting more testing done here. So maybe that's why the numbers are higher. I don't know, but I do know people that have been really, really sick from it. So please take it seriously. Please just wash your hands for the love of God, please just wash your hands. That's the biggest thing. And that's what my doctor was telling me from UC yesterday. He said, Jenny, I don't care if you wipe down your groceries or not. That's really not the problem. The problem is, wiping down your countertops, wiping down the hard surfaces. And he said it's 100% passed through the breath and stuff. He goes, it really is. So you guys can be non-maskers, maskers, whatever. But he said they have proof. They have proof right and left, not just at UC. I mean, you guys know I don't love UC, but around the country, around the world, that's how it's really passing. So we really need to be careful. Please, please, please. Now I know every time I do one of these, more people say I'm not coming to see you because I'm not going to be the one that passes it to you, even though I don't have it. I don't think I have it, right? That's what they always say. I'm like, I don't think I have it. So yeah, let's just all be careful. So anyway, I can't even remember. See, he talks about the Lyme brain too. But when I was talking about the feet, his feet burned for 5 years straight. And guess what? The only way he got his feet to stop burning was he took powder glutathione, not just a glutathione like drops, which I'm doing, the spray, or pills or anything like that. He said the pure, like almost like isolate, right? But pure powder glutathione. So he said that 100% helped him. And he actually was getting like shaky hands and all that stuff, almost like ALS. That stopped too. He said it took about a month. It was totally gone. He did that on his own. Nobody told him to do that. So, so that's a little bit more information online. But yeah, so we can talk about that later. But I do want to give you guys more information on that and all these other illnesses that are misdiagnosed as MS, as ALS, as Alzheimer's, as dementia, because if they go in and they dissect the brains of those people that have passed, they almost 99% have Borrelia in their brain. How does it get there? They don't know. He was also saying that the co-infections, I might have already had Bartonella, which is cat scratch fever, but there's like 7 different strains of that. So he wasn't talking to me, but he was just saying Babesia, Bartonella, EBV, which almost all of us have, that could already be dormant in our body. Herpes 1, herpes 2, or HSV 1, HSV 2, HSV 6. Who's heard of that before? HSV 5. I mean, there's so many co-infections for Lyme, but also just for normal people. So it's not chlamydia. It's like chlamydia. Ew, that's like a college thing. They'd be like, do you think you might have chlamydia? I'm like, no, like I have Lyme disease. But yeah, I mean, that was a big thing in Michigan State, actually, I guess. So these are just all, I'm just rattling off all things that I've learned within the last 24 hours and not 38 years. But I really wanted to come to you with that because I think it's important. And this time of the year is really rough on people. It's really rough. It's really rough on me because I've talked to you guys about depression, anxiety. Do I have anxiety pretty much all the time right now? Absolutely. I mean, you go into this doctor's office, there's like a ton of people in there, right? And just like, do they have it? Does she have it? Does he have it? I mean, people don't even really look at each other in the eyes anymore, as you guys probably know. So, yeah, so it's kind of scary. But he did talk about CBD quite a bit. He is a big believer in it. 2 years ago, I mentioned that to his office people, and they were like, no, we don't do that. Now that's all he was like talking about that all the time last night on the Zoom call. It went on for like an hour. Kind of like this, kind of like me talking about this right now. Anyway, I am all over the place. I know I am, but I just wanted to come to you about my ball spray. Because honestly, I think that saved me today. So yeah, and I use that in the non-CBD form and the CBD form, but why not use the CBD form, right? For me, I'm like, why not? So anyway, but I hope you guys are having a great day and that you're getting ready for the holidays. We're trying to decide how we're going to cook this ham that was just dropped off, right? And the lasagna that's going to be dropped off too, which is very nice. Oh, great. Phone call, right? So anyway, I just wanted to say hi to you guys. Have a great rest of your week. It's hump week or hump day. Hump week. It's always hump week. It's always hump day, right? But yeah, please reach out to me if you guys ever want to talk about anything, like anything, because I know a lot of people don't have anyone around. I'm fortunate that I have somebody coming over every day to make dinner for me, like every day. I can't cook right now. I can't stand long enough in my kitchen. So I wish I could. You guys know I used to be able to, but not right now. So anyway, I love everybody. Please stay in touch. We all need to hear from each other. Even a text message or a message on Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn, it really doesn't matter. Just let people know that you're still thinking about them, that you love them. Okay? But you guys have a great day today. Bye.